Welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today we have a kind of a different one going on that we're gonna change it up for sure. The pattern number is 103733. And this is 12, 13, 14, 16 strings, but we're gonna make it a 12 string. Basically what they did was they added like a white border to the outside. And yeah, I don't know. I don't not really enjoying the idea of throwing in a border that just kind of bounces back and forth. So I'm not. And we can do that. That's the whole fun of making our own pattern. So I'm rotating this and I'm making this bigger so we can see what we're doing. And then I'm going to go ahead and move that to a new layer. And then we have so much kind of like we could put this thing in the middle, right? Can you see where that is? Like that could be the center of our project. But actually, I think I like the idea of this one. All right. I think that's the one that's kind of calling to me. That way it'll just be something really little in the middle. It'll do a little whatever tango that it's doing here and then spreads out and gets small and goes on. So I think that's what we're going to do. We are going to change the colors. Why am I not finding? Is that kind of bright? It doesn't seem very bright. I want it to be. I have like a fluorescent orange that I have in mind for using with this. So I kind of wanted it to be fun like that, but if I can't, I can't. All right. And now I come down to this one. So when it starts from here, it's How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out to there. And then in, and then out, and then in. Cool. So the other color I was thinking was putting a blue, because blue and orange just look really, really cool together, right? So put the blue in. It comes out to here, back in, back out, and then 3 more this way. That gets us to right there. And then this one will come out and do 3. And then this one comes out and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, all in, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of the tricks that you have to watch out for when you're counting for like that is, if you already have one down, don't like skip it and count 5 more. Done that way too many times. So that comes out like that. This one comes like that to there. Yeah, it's like they're doing a little dance where they just go over each other. It's really kind of cute. Okay, I kind of want to move this up because it's harder to see where I'm at if I'm having to move back and forth like that. It's like hard to figure out what I'm doing. So now we're here. So this is 4. Whoop. Wrong tool. 2, 3, 4. In, out, and back in. And this one comes out 2 in, out, and then 1, 2, like that, and back. And this is out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Oh, wait. And then it's going to come back in a little bit. So then this one comes across, and it too comes in a little bit. And that's the end of our bracelet. So we only end up with, like, if like this was a bead or something, it's like one big one, a couple of these smaller ones, and this small one in the middle. And it's kind of like the small one here. I was kind of tempted in bringing that blue all the way back in. Let's see, it did this one here. Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring the blue there. And then, basically, it's just a single string that makes up each of these colors. The rest of everything else is all whatever your background color is. That's kind of interesting. It's going to be a little bit tricky, I suspect, to make. I guess I find out soon enough. I mean, tomorrow you will have a nice new video with me making this. And yeah, I'm a little bit curious how this one goes. Is this, in fact, easy? Is it difficult? There's a lot of zigzags. So if you're not a fan of those, you're probably not going to be a fan of the bracelet. But I don't know. My thought is I didn't want to use the color black for this. That I thought it might be a little bit more fun to use a gray. So we're going to color in the background with a gray. So because all the rest of those strings are all the same color, we can make this a whole lot easier and use the select by color tool. Now we have all of the blue grabbed up. Pick our color, which, like I said, I want to use a gray for it. Grab our paint bucket tool and then hit the fill hole selection, and boom, just like that, we have all of those colored. Now here comes the slightly trickier part. I'll show you first. Let's do our normal thing. We're just going to grab the top half. We're going to Control C, Control V, use our flip tool and flip it vertically and move this down. And okay, so there it's sort of cool, right? Because it kind of reverses everything. But I think this will work out slightly better. And this is why this gets a little bit tricky. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to have to do the select by color tool and pick one of the two colors. So in this case, I guess I have to, I need to put that layer to a new layer before I do that, apparently. Okay, so I'm going to select the blue and then pick a color that's not actually used in the whole thing. In this case, we'll use purple. fill hole selection with the purple. Now I can select it and do our yellow and turn it to the blue. Then I can select the purple and put it to the yellow. And this way, what we've done is we've flipped how the whole thing was. Well, here, first let's just move this into place and I can kind of show you what's going on. Is that lined up? Why is it? It's like it's off by one? All right. And we can merge that down now. So what we did was, instead of where the yellow was just going to stay over, it went over and now it's going to go under. It kind of changed the dynamics of this whole thing and kind of kept it to the same. Why is it got that selected? Okay. To the same thing. So before it kind of reversed it and now it continues on the way it was going. It's subtle, but it would have bothered me if I'd left it. Of course, you didn't have to do it that way. The whole thing about the extra color is if I turned the yellow to blue and then went to move to make the blue yellow, I would then have all of them being blue and then they all become yellow, and that doesn't work. So you have to introduce that third color so that way you can switch them around like that. So that's what that was about. So hopefully you learned something there. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. I'm going to have fun making this, I suspect. And yeah, I'll let you know about it tomorrow. You can check it out. It'll be, the pattern will be on my website. And yeah, you guys can go check that out as well. Before I go, I want to thank my Patreon and my YouTube subscribers for like basically all the stuff you guys do for me. You guys really make this channel happen. And I can't thank you enough for that. So thank you guys very, very much. And thank you for watching. Honestly, you guys, that does a lot for the channel. If you could maybe hit like, leave a comment, that would be awesome. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.